Hey guys, it's Edwin here, and today I want to talk to you about triangulation. A toxic relationship is a place where there's so much confusion and so much disturbance. And on top of all this, a toxic person will add the presence of another person, like an ex-lover, a relative, or a family member, to the dynamic of that relationship so that it can create this feeling that they are really in high demand. That technique is called triangulation. It's where like a toxic person will bring in another person to that relationship dynamic so that they can create this feeling that everybody wants to be with them or everybody wants a taste of their awesomeness. And what this will do is this will create an illusion of their popularity, which will lead you, their partner, to fight for them so that you can win back that top prize. The dynamics of a toxic relationship cannot be even explained sometimes, because imagine yourself as the partner fighting for your partner, someone who's supposed to be closest to you. Triangulation turns the relationship into something like a competition where like you have to fight and fight so that you can win their attention back, so that you can win the attention of your supposed love of your life. This competition will create a sense of rivalry, with the main mission being something like you wanting to reclaim the throne. And this kind of competition will increase the perceived value of your partner, because if people compete for something, there's this feeling that this thing is valuable, and of course it will inflate their ego, which always craves attention. Triangulation will feed you with thoughts like, if ABCD wants to be with them, then it must mean that they are really awesome and I can't dare lose them. This means that you will try harder and harder to win them back, and you might even change your appearance as you strive to win the attention of your partner. And that's how you become entangled in a love triangle, which turns out to be a war between you and them. Them being the suitors who want to take away your partner. The game is played instead that the guilty party, which is your partner, will not even be part of that game. You'll just be watching from a distance as you just tear each other apart. The other parties have also been groomed to say that they think that you are crazy or abusive. What complicates this even further is the fact that despite your partner calling you names or telling the other suitors about your crazy or your abusive nature, your partner will also secretly compliment you, which gives you a glimmer of hope and amplifies your hatred towards the competitors who want to ruin your marriage or partnership. Triangulation works really well because it will drive your focus away from the red flags in the relationship or from looking for a way out in the relationship, and you'll be glued to the perceived sense of competition. The instigator of all these situations, or the one who came up with this love triangle, these manipulative techniques, will probably, of course, be chilling there, grabbing their popcorns, and innocently watching as you tear each other apart. Just like every manipulative technique, it's not an easy thing to spot triangulation, as it happens so cunningly and subtly. A toxic person will use triangulation by manufacturing instances which may make you question their faithfulness, or which may make you feel jealous, anxious, or just plainly confused. They may do this by doing something like spending a night out with a guy or a lady who they told you that that guy or lady wants to sleep with them, just to make you feel confused. Another thing they might do is like they may talk about how much fun they had the previous night with their once crazy ex. They'll also forget plans you had together and choose to spend time with friends or their horrible family they had always complained about to you, which makes you feel so confused. Another thing they might do is like they might seek sympathy from an ex, who they label crazy and abusive when something tragic happens in their life. Instead of seeking sympathy from you, they go to an abusive ex. When it comes to social media, they may drive you confused and jealous by, let's say, liking a post from that abusive ex, or they accidentally post a photo of them with their ex. All these actions are geared towards provoking you, and when you ask them, they'll plainly label you as crazy and untrustworthy. They'll probably tell this to the people around you. You may get responses like, I thought you trusted me, when you try to confront them on the behavior they're displaying. And that's how triangulation happens. So, how do you handle triangulation? There's this awesome rule from an awesome author called Jackson Mackenzie, the author of Psychopath Free, which states that it's called the detective rule. So, what's the detective rule? A detective rule says that if you find that you've become a detective in your relationship, then the best thing to do is to leave that relationship with immediate effect. Playing detective involves things like constantly cyber stalking your partner on social media to see what they are up to, or to see what they are doing, to see what they are posting, or even going to the extent of hiring a private investigator to track their every move. The fact that you are being driven to the Sherlock Holmes level of being investigative already means that deeply you know and you feel that something feels suspicious. It may not be immediately clear, but instead of being in a state of constant worry and doubt, the best thing for you is to step away from that relationship. Once you discard that toxic person in your life, the worries you have, the confusion you have, the anxiety you will have will slowly start disappearing. Always choose what's best for you. And if there's someone who knows what they're going through, it's you. Don't let someone else dictate how you're supposed to live. Don't let someone else's sense of value dictate or make you lower your dignity so that you can keep that relationship. Triangulation is a painful experience, and it will leave you with deep emotional wounds. And it will also keep you with a stuck identity of a jealous, needy, and insecure person. And it's good to realize that that's not who you are at the core. You are just a victim of a manipulative dynamic who craves attention. Deep down, you are a loving and a compassionate human being. So if you are a victim of a love triangle, the best thing to do is just remove yourself from that triangle and then let them fight their own wars. Don't put yourself in a war over someone. You deserve a better life.